Welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing, and yes, this is beers from around the world. Yeah, I stopped doing it for about almost 2 years, and I'm bringing it back. This one's gonna be a very special one, and that's why I decided to bring this one back. These are actually brews from a craft brewery in Estonia. That's right, Estonia. Out of Tallinn, which is just across the water from Helsinki. Yeah, so you can figure that out. You can look it up on a map. It's all good. I'm gonna do my best to pronounce this brewery. I've checked it out, it's really cool. I'll make sure to leave links in the description down below so you can go check it out. Very cool brewery, even if you never plan to go to Estonia, or if you get lucky and you do, you'll know where to go. But it is called Põhjala. Põhjala. And I've heard slightly variations of the pronunciation, even from the main brewer, but Põhjala. So hopefully I'm nailing that. And I'm gonna taste test one of these beers at a time. Drew might come join me, but I'm gonna give you a little heads up on what each one of these are so that way you can kind of get excited. We'll go from the lowest ABV, which is the one I'm gonna try first, at 4.5%. They're 11.2 ounces. Yeah, it's in the US, so they go by their little milliliters and liters over there, but hey, it's all good. This is a raspberry sour ale. Yeah, raspberry sour ale. And no, I'm not gonna try to pronounce the name of the beer, but I'll let you see it. This is the one I'm gonna taste test first. Okay? Then we're gonna step on up to 5.5%. This is the one I'm not sure if it's gonna make me sick. It is an orange Gose. Yeah, I'm mildly allergic to oranges. It's more of a psychological and pH issue, but this one has rock salt, Himalayan rock salt, oranges, coriander, and a little bit of their special lactobacteria to get it into the sour. Now we're gonna step over to 7.8%. This is the one Drew won't like, yeah. This one is called Must Cold Chai Latte. It is a porter. It is sitting at 7.8%. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I like chai tea, and a chai latte sounds pretty cool in a beer. I'm not a big chai latte fan, but as a beer, it might be pretty good. And last but not least, we've got this bad boy. This one is 8%. It is an Imperial Golden Ale with quince and Thai basil. Quince is like this little tiny citrus thing. I've had them before. Reminds me of oranges, but it's okay. Yeah, and like I said, 8%. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to slide this out of the way, and I'm going to pour this one on camera, taste test it on camera, and see how it comes out. And then I'll check my phone because it's in my pocket and it's ringing off the hook. There we go. Yeah, I'm loving this. Finally got some craft beers from a brewery that isn't like Anheuser-Busch, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the beers I'm doing from around the world are gonna be like the AB of their country. Sorry. And some of them are export only, like they can't even buy it there, it just gets exported from there. So here it is, it's kind of settled out, it's nice hazy. Oh, it's got a nice raspberry smell to it. Raspberry sour ale. The raspberry is just nice, very, very nice. It's definitely a sour, but it's not like super pucker. It's just got a nice, if I had to give it a rating on sours, it'd be somewhere in the middle from mild sour to pucker up, right in the middle. Extremely drinkable, especially at 4.5%. Yeah, this would be great if I could get a 6-pack of this. I think I can. Might be a little expensive. A lot of these beers being imported like that, especially from craft breweries, are a little more on the expensive side. But yeah, great beer. I will tell you, I got this at a Total Wine here in Jacksonville. So if you're in Jacksonville or you're anywhere else in the country where they might have this, it's a raspberry sour ale. And it's from Põhjala. I know I'm hitting that pretty well. But yeah, definitely worth trying. If you're into raspberries and sours, that is a really, really, really good beer. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had a good raspberry sour that's up to this standard. This is pretty freaking smooth. So, okay, we'll do the next one soon. We'll do the next one next for you. For me, it might be a day or two. Okay, I left these out, so they're not as cold as they were, but I'm gonna go ahead and do one anyways. I'm gonna try to save these two. This is the Quince with Basil at 8%, and then the 5.5 with the orange Gose. So Drew can help me with the taste test on that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink what he's not gonna like. Must Cold, with a K, U-L-D, Chai Latte Porter at 7.8%. Let's just see what it says right there. Hopefully you can see that. And then here's the kind of the description. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pour that bad boy. I don't drink a lot of dark beers for the main reason is I guess I'm overly picky. So I've heard, even though I'm sorry, that last beer with the raspberry sour was amazing. I've heard that this brewery really shines with some of the really big Imperial type styles. And this one is 7.8, so it would be up there. I mean, what am I supposed to be smelling here? I got like a little bit of chocolate right off the bat. What is it, a chai latte though? That must be the odd smell. It's like chai tea maybe in there, I don't know. Or cardamom or pepper. Okay, I got a little bit of the creaminess, which would be the latte. And I definitely have, I'm not gonna say a strong chai tea or chai. It's more of a, probably medium. If you ever had a chai latte, just imagine those flavors, not subdued, but not overly strong, just nice. You know what I mean? Just nice. So you're noticing the nuances without getting a lot of it. I definitely have the chocolate though. Not, nice. It's not overly creamy, but it's nice and creamy. I can't tell. I smell a hint of roast. I definitely smell chocolate. I mean, I get that little bit of acidic bite right up front and then a little lingering bitter. I don't know, it didn't talk about the hops. Obviously, they probably did use some hops. But I get a lingering bitter and it's kind of a chocolate coffee bitter. Like dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's got a little bit more of that bitter going on because you don't have so much sugar, which I prefer. And if you've ever had coffee and then you kind of notice that little hint of flavor left behind, ever so subtle, and that's probably from a little bit of roasted malts, but it's like a chocolate latte. Chai latte. A chocolate chai latte is what I'm gonna call it. They didn't say anything about chocolate. It's just a chai latte porter. And let's see here. Yeah, aromatic spices. I'm tasting the spices. They are aromatic, but they're more taste. It says served 54 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm probably good. I'm probably sitting right around the 60 plus. I'm a bit picky on my dark beer, but that's nice. If I was going to a brewery and I want a darker beer, I would recommend this, and I would probably try it if they didn't have something else that really got my attention. You know what I mean? I really like different beers that you can't get anywhere else, and so far, both of these are great. Let's go on to the next one. Cheers. Yes, so Drew's here. I told you I'd have Drew over for the last two taste testings. One, because he's gonna like it a lot better than I am, and the other one, because I just couldn't drink it without sharing, so I just have to share. So, these are the beers from Põhjala, is kind of how I said it the first time. Whatever I said in the beginning of the video was the best possible pronunciation because, yeah, that was a couple days ago. So, the two that I already had
were the Must Cold Chai Latte Porter and the Prenzlauer Raspberry Sour Ale.
He's pretty good at trying to mimic sounds and pronunciations.
Trying to get my way through.
Yeah. So we have two here. One's at 8% and one is at 5.5. So we'll probably do the 5.5 first, which is the one I don't care for.
Which is the
orange. Yeah. I'm kind of allergic to oranges, and oranges don't like me either. But it is coriander, Himalayan rock salt, our house culture of lactobacillus, whatever, I can't pronounce that crap anymore. But it's 5.5, 11.2 ounces, and it is an orange Gose. I'll show you over here on this camera. Orange Gose. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be really good. The next one we're gonna have right after we have that will be the Imperial Gose Ale, with quince and basil, and it's a Thai basil. And I'll show you this for now, but here's the ingredients. Do that one next. I kind of want to do that first, but it's okay. We're gonna do this one first. You know what? I'm gonna save my favorite glasses for that.
Yeah, this is the right beefy. That makes more sense.
Yeah, but I think the orange is just gonna be really strong flavor.
It might.
And that's the thing. I think the orange is gonna be overpowering. But we have water.
Yeah.
We have water. I was smart. I remember to bring water. Oh, and it doesn't look like OJ. So this might not be bad. I've had some.
I think it's gonna be like juice.
I thought it was gonna be like a slushy. And I'm like, I don't want this. This is gonna be gross. Sorry, Master Brewer there. If you're watching this video, I'm still gonna give Drew the majority of it.
Okay.
For two reasons. One, because it's orange, and two, out of appreciation that he came over to try this. Although I did have to feed him too. You know, some shrimps on the barbecue and some food.
It smells like orange.
It's mild though. It's not in my face.
It smells more like a tangerine.
And I'm good with that. Tangelo, tangerines, those are great. They don't bother my stomach as much.
When you get your nose in there, it's a much richer smell. It's nice though. I like it.
It's very nice. It's nice and mild. It's not like orange juice. It's like the zest of the orange, and it's a very fresh orange.
Yeah, flavor-wise, yeah, definitely a zest.
Yeah, I'm good with this. This isn't
Not
going to
like
bother
juicy
me.
or in your face like that.
Yeah, I got my pumpkin ale coming soon, and that's going to have Tangelo zest in it if I can score some. That's hard to find just around the time that I brew my pumpkin ale. But this is nice.
If I could get like a non-alcoholic version of this, I would drink it all day.
All day?
It's nice.
I noticed the salt. It's got that nice tingle on your tongue.
Yeah, it's not heavy though. Like some
No,
other
it's not
ones.
heavy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's funny. I call it Himalayan salt. They call it Himalayan rock salt. I guess it's pretty much either.
it's the same thing.
the
Salt
same
is
thing.
rock salt. I mean,
Yeah. But it's very nice. It does have a little pucker. I'm going to say if I had to rate it on a sour, because the raspberry I said was kind of in the middle. This one's a little more on the sour. I'm not going to say it's a super pucker. So on a 1 to 10, 1 being like very, 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 very subtle, and 10 being pucker. I'm going to give it about a 6, 7.
you
Somewhere
said one being subtle.
being almost non-existent, 10 being like so puckered up I'm going to give it like a 6 to almost a 7. So it's more than half. It's somewhere above the middle range.
I would give it like maybe a 4.
You
for
drink a lot of
sour.
sours.
Yeah.
That raspberry sour was nice and smooth. The sour was very mild. The tart was very mild.
I didn't tell it has tart,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel like pucker at all or any shape or form.
Hey, I'm gonna down this and we'll move on.
went down. It
I
was
gave
good.
him a little more. And we're back. This is, like I said before, I can't even pronounce it. What was that?
It's got some like an umlaut on top of the A, so I don't know.
Yeah, you pronounce
Ike.
that.
Ike.
But it's Aike Imperial Gose Ale with quince and basil. But if you read below, it says Thai basil. So it's not like what you're thinking, it's not pasta. And then on top of that, quince, from what I remember, I can't remember, is it?
I don't know what that is.
I think it's we'll put a picture of it, but I think it's those little tiny, like they look like orange and tangerines that I've had when I was a kid. But if I'm not, if they're bigger flat that look more like a tomato, but it's orange, I don't remember what they are. We'll put it up there. I didn't research what it was before. Sometimes not knowing's better. That way you don't prejudge the flavor. And I didn't read what I'm supposed to get from that flavor either, which I actually do that intentionally when it's something new, because I don't want to poison the tree, should we say, or poison the roots or the well or whatever else you want to call it. Let's see here. This should, if it's what I think it is, it's going to have a hint of citrus to it. And this one is sitting up, it's very effervescent.
8%.
Extremely carbonated at 8%. Definitely hazy. Let's see. And I know you see some bubbles stuck. No more bubbles stuck.
I don't know what that is.
That's a bizarre smell.
I don't know what that is. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just I don't know what it is.
I had a mead a few months
Ooh,
back.
it does smell kind of like mead.
Well, I had a mead a few months back that had quince and I can't remember, it was a hot pepper, and it was really nice.
You know what?
I think it was habanero.
It's kind of raspberry-ish.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You say it, and I'm like, oh wait, I smell raspberry. Hang on, let me try it again. It's really nice, easy to drink, but weird because I'm not familiar with the flavors.
The back end is really weird.
Yeah.
I think that's where the basil kicks in or something.
Pause. I'm going to look up what the hell Quince is.
Okay.
I think I know what it is, but I could be wrong. There's two fruits in my head now. I'm bouncing around. And we're back. I had to go look it up. It wasn't either one that I thought it was.
Yeah, no.
We looked it up, and it kind of looks like a pear, but when they cut it, it's got a crap load of seeds in the middle.
It looks like an ugly lemon, but if you cut it in half, it looks like a pear.
Agreed. It looks like an ugly lemon. You cut it in half, it looks like a pear. Some of them were close-ups, and they look more like a pear to me. But I love pears. This doesn't taste like a pear. And I looked up what family. I'm thinking it's going to tell me it's in the apple or pear family, and it said it was in the rose family.
And very nondescript about what the flavor could possibly...
Yeah, it mentioned citrus.
What some people think it's like. It's like...
I think this is kind of like soursop, aka guanabana, where everybody tastes something slightly different.
You know what I think the raspberry thing is? I think it's like the sort of citrusy of the quince, plus the basil.
Yes, when you started saying, I'm like, wait a minute, I get this weird basil-y aftertaste that is reminiscent of Thai food because I love to eat this meal that's got Thai basil with chili. Oh, it's freaking good. I don't care what meat, preferably chicken because it absorbs all those flavors. But
I would say it's like 60% basil flavor, but 40% like citrusy.
Yeah, but you get all that 40% up front, and it's super juicy. It's very juicy right up front, and then you finish out with that basil.
Yeah.
Because that basil kind of lingers on your tongue, and you taste something else, and you're like, "What's that?" And you're like, "Wait a minute, that might be basil."
It's up front. You get that citrus, but the smell and the aftertaste are both very basil heavy.
The more I drink it, the more basil I get. And we've had a basil beer. We had the one from Fishweir, but it was not
a lot more.
This is a lot more.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, this has got a lot more basil going on than Fishweir. Yeah.
It's very good, very interesting.
Out of all their beers, I'm going to say I would drink the living hell out of the raspberry sour ale for two reasons. One, because it's 4.5%, and it was really smooth.
Yeah.
But I may drink more of this if it was lower ABV.
Yeah,
but being at
8%.
8%, it's going to have to be number two. If I had to rate the next ones, this was really nice. And I'm not a big orange fan, but it was really, I'd have to go here, and then I'd have to go to the Latte. The Latte, even though it's only, well, it is 7.8. I was going to say, I thought it was lower ABV. Yeah, it's at 7.8. This would be my late night sipping beer. Because you got all that stuff going on.
Here's a dinner, here's a dessert kind of
Yeah,
thing.
this is more my late night. Start the day with either your orange Gose or your raspberry based on your personal preference and flavors. Because they're both very smooth, very good. I do feel like this had a little bit more sour going on by a little bit. But yeah, it's a great beer. I like the original designs. You don't see anything like that on any other beers here in the US, which is pretty cool. And they're kind of reminiscent, like the orange has got some orange color. The raspberry, I don't know what's going on. We got pictures of cars and carrots.
It's kind of a swirl with the tea.
That I could see with the latte. And then over here with Quince, we didn't know what was going on, so you're having a psychedelic trip with the blue. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. A little bit of green in there. But come on, carrots and cars
oceany,
when
but
it comes to raspberry
why.
sour? Cars and carrots. How does that relate? It's just very, and there's a duck.
No, I guess, okay.
There's
So
a
a lot
duck.
of people go to Thailand for the beaches, right?
Yeah, I've heard
Kinda
of that.
wavy,
I've
right?
I've seen stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay. We're trying to figure out if there's a method to the madness. There probably isn't. Although, I'm sorry, I'd find that hard to believe on this one with the orange. But yeah, this one's just kind of abstract art, which is kind of cool. But
Yep.
the little duck in the corner I didn't notice until just now, which is
It's farm pay.
maybe that's their mascot. I don't know. Cheers. I appreciate you joining us for beers from around the world coming back. I'm not jumping into the population, all those crazy stats. I'll let you go look that crap up. Like I said, though, this is Estonia. It's in Tallinn. I can't remember anymore, but basically their capital, and it's right across from Helsinki, which is in where we negotiate it. Where did we negotiate that is? We got Norway, Sweden, Finland. That's Finland. Yeah, trying to remember everything. Cheers. Appreciate you.
Thank you.